Hey guys, I want to introduce you to a very, very dear friend of mine. This is Julie Wolf. Julie is the owner and operator of See You on Skype, a great membership site. And if you want to know anything about Skype, Julie is your go-to person. So I have a few questions for Julie to answer for me, and so that you can get to know who she is and what she does. First of all, Julie, how in the world did you ever get so learned on Skype? I know you've been there since it was born in 2003, but what got you so interested in it?
I would say the engagement, the potential of how many people you can talk to quickly, either one-on-one or in groups. Most people think of Skype these days. For quite a while now, Skype has been branded as a video calling, worldwide free video calling, not just free calls worldwide, but video calling. While that's what most people think of with Skype, the truth is that there's this entire world of networking and collaboration and community building and resources, meaning people, that you can connect to in Skype. And that's what really has always excited me about the internet. And I started out with list building, and that got me excited about an unlimited number of people you could communicate with. But the instant access, how fast you can build connections and relationships, partnerships, meet your prospects, have communication with anyone to grow your business. So using Skype not just for personal or just one-on-one chat or calls, but also the ability to just instantly be able to communicate with an unlimited number of people it just sounds really fun to me and always has excited me.
Okay, yeah. I expected that as the answer. Okay. Your first website is, what's the name of it?
Income Assurance?
Yeah, that's the one. Income Assurance is a blog, and it's built on a WordPress platform. So that was your initial site building project, right?
Right.
From there, you've grown to, you've got a couple of sites now. You've got See You on Skype, which is your membership site. And
Right.
that's the one I talk about all the time. And the other one is your Skype chat.net.
Yeah, the directory of Skype people and Skype groups, Skype rooms.
It's one way that you have to get to meet other people that have Skype rooms, because one of the big benefits of Skype is being able to find people that have the same interests and likes as you do, because then it's easy to start a conversation.
Right.
So anyway, Julie, I know you and I have gotten to be really, really close friends through my helping you with your projects and you helping me with Skype. But I know deep down in your heart, you just like helping people, right?
Right.
And anyway, what is your personal one-on-one experience? What does that mean to you?
I'm not sure what the question means. My personal one-on-one experience of
when you're working with people.
I'm not sure what the question is.
Okay, so you know that and in the Internet Niche Lab, the one-on-one is very important. If a person has a question, they're stuck on something to build their site, having somebody to go to answer that one question, because that's what got us started with all of these groups and rooms and hosting companies and they would say, go out and do this. But then when you'd ask them a question about, well, how do I do what you just said?
Right.
Nobody was there with answers.
Right. Yeah, Skype is great for that. And Skype Community, Skype Room is great for that. But the ability, this came up after, in the after show, after I stopped the broadcast on my Skype Room Community webinar yesterday. You had to go, but when I actually recorded it, it's up on YouTube. It was pretty good stuff.
Okay.
About 5 or 6 people came in and started asking me questions. And one of the things that continually comes up is, well, I just use Skype for, the people I know, or I just use Skype one-on-one. And that's great. And that is the ultimate goal. And that's what is possible with Skype. The ability to get to know somebody within a group of people in Skype is also very helpful. We find a lot of helpful people on Skype. I mean, not everyone, but we find, so in a community, in a group setting, you can actually find more people to connect with one-on-one, and you can decide who you want to connect with one-on-one, and it's very easy to go one-on-one from the group. But the ability to collaborate and engage and have a conversation, an engaging conversation in the group, allows us to get to know each other better so that we know who it is that we want to have a one-on-one conversation with. And the conversation can start in text. And that's a good place because it seems like it's faster to do a video call, but my experience is you can text with dozens, maybe even hundreds of people in a day on Skype, especially if you're in groups. But even the one-on-one side Skyping or PM, private message, we use those terms, SS and PM, side Skype and private message. Even when we take the communication private, it's good to start it out in chat, because then you can ask a question, answer a question, send a link, what was that tool you taught me, or what was that site that that mashup, or what, where's that Google Hangout, or where's that YouTube video, or whatever it is. What was that lead capture, lead funnel page you sent me? And, while it's good to learn how to search history, it's good also to have a relationship with people to, see how responsive they are. Some people are not that responsive in Skype. But, that sometimes that's because we're either, we're networking somewhere else, even if we're online. So it's good to have the instant nature of Skype, and as well as have the ability to have an understanding with people that you can leave a message and know that Julie will answer eventually, or I can leave you guys a message and I know that you'll answer it the next time you see it. So that's kind of more like email, but when you're ready to meet at the same time, it's good to start out in chat, because then you don't know whether somebody is busy doing something else and they're just sort of seeing you and wanting to answer you. It just takes a second, right?
Right.
I typo really fast. And then I right click and edit. Right click. Anyway, so one-on-one is great. I guess one of the stories I tell is my experience. Hopefully Russ will pick up that phone. Here he comes. The experience of connecting, because I feel, and I feel my connection with people. And you can sort of get a feeling when you're in text. Believe it or not, you can, I don't know if anybody else
Yeah,
feels.
I agree with you.
You can feel what kind of a relationship or connection that you have with a person, even in text. And it sounds strange, but you can. Maybe you're projecting it and you're going to create that feeling with them, depending on how well you express yourself. Um, or maybe you're mutually creating a certain type of feeling, a certain type of connection or relationship. But then when you're ready to take a call, and not everybody likes to turn on their video, so you don't have to have a webcam. You just have to have a picture in Skype, and most people do. And you can have an audio call. And I've noticed that the impression that I get, the feeling that I get about who this person is and who we are to each other changes when I hear their voice. And then if you turn on your video, you go, oh my God, that's what that person really looks like. And it changes again. It like fills out the experience of the connection, gets richer with each exchange and with each feature of Skype that you go to, from instant message to audio, hearing their voice, to seeing their picture, to seeing what they look like on camera. And so anyway, I don't know if that was what you were after.
Exactly what I was looking for. Exactly. So Julie, when people want to get in contact with you, where do you suggest they first start? In my opinion, I think they ought to go to see you on Skype and join your membership program. And there you get the pathways or the directions to each of the resources that they should have.
Okay.
So is that your feeling too, or do you think they should start somewhere else, like asking to be a contact on Skype?
Right. Well, for quite a few years now, I've had a growing number of contacts into the thousands. And because of that, and because people find my YouTube videos and they're not necessarily people that I can do anything for. They're after something I'm not, can't help with. Like, for example, learning to speak English. I get a lot of that. Or maybe gamers. There's some other examples I'm not going to mention, but you guys are all getting the same weird contact requests. So, the contact request is kind of better to first happen in a Skype group chat, or what I call a Skype room. And the way to access the Skype rooms, plus, like you said, Carolyn, so wisely, the way to have access to more of what it is that I'm probably going to send you to anyway, for whatever it is that you need after we have a conversation, is probably inside of See You on Skype. It is. If it's not, it will be.
If it's not, it will be, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
It is inside of See You on Skype. So inside, let me just rephrase that. The best way to reach me is in groups. And the best way to join the groups or the Skype rooms is inside of See You on Skype. Right. Even free members of See You on Skype have access to a member Skype room. And actually, currently, while it lasts, before I remove it for just paid members, there's access to quite a few Skype rooms in there. So that's the best way to get to know me, is not to add me on Skype, because I might not know the difference between you and some person who I don't really want to have as a contact. And so that we can get to know each other first. And then, if I may add, if you want me to understand your situation and spend a little bit of time with you to get to know you, so that I can see what it is that you really need, whether it's a Skype tool, what are you using the Skype tool for? Let me give you the resources you need. Or whether it's a Skype room, what kind of a Skype room do you want? What are you going to use it for? Do you want it to be announcements only? Do you want it to be moderated? I need to get to know more than just what you initially might send me privately or even in a room. So I might suggest that you go and set up a strategy session with me for 15 to 30 minutes. And those are free, no cost. so that I can get to know you better. And we will do that on Skype. So we will end up being contacts on Skype through that. But if you can come into the rooms first and set up a strategy session with me, it goes on my calendar, and it's based on my availability. So that helps me keep my business going and scheduled right.
Great. So anyway, that's Julie Wolf, and she really is the go-to person when you want to know about Skype. And just click on the link below so you can sign up for See You on Skype. Okay. We'll
Thank you,
talk to you
Carolyn.
later. Okay.
Bye, everyone.